Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to understand a very important news article, that is the currency news that has seen a record of 14.5% of the GDP, and this is after the demonetization. So the currency, that is the notes in circulation, has seen a rise. So we will be understanding that why it happened and how it became such a high percentage of the GDP. So before starting with the news article, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now after the 5 years has happened after demonetization, because demonetization came in year November 8, 2016. Okay, at that time under demonetization, the rupees 500 notes and the rupees 1000 notes were removed from the legal tender, okay, because they lost their value. The Prime Minister introduced the demonetization, and after that the rupees 500 notes and the rupees 1000 notes lost their value. And why was the demonetization introduced? What was the idea of the government behind demonetization? That they wanted to flush out the black money. They wanted to eliminate the fake Indian currency, because most of the fake currency was in the bigger notes, that is rupees 500 and rupees 1000 notes. Okay, and by bringing demonetization, they removed 86% of the currency from the country in the same night. So they wanted, through the demonetization, to boost the digitalization of the payments. Okay, they wanted to make the country a less cash economy. They wanted to increase digitalization from the better transparency. Okay, because through the digital payments we know that where the money is coming from and where the money is going to. Okay, so in cash we do not know. That government cannot look at each and every person, that how they are transacting and what they are purchasing and what they are buying. But through the digital payments, it is a more formal economy, and they wanted to convert the economy from a non-formal economy to a more formal economy. So these were the ideas behind demonetization. That's why such a big amount was removed. The cash was removed from the economy in the form of 500 and 1000 rupees notes. So now what is happening, that the government wanted to make India a less cash economy. That is, they wanted the cash in circulation to reduce, but actually after demonetization, the currency notes in circulation has seen a upward curve. Okay, that is, and it has recorded the highest 14.5% of GDP in the previous year. That is, the 14.5% of the GDP is currency in circulation. That is, if the GDP is 100 rupees, 14.5 rupees is currency that is in the hands of the people, and that is the currency in circulation. So let's understand what the currency in circulation actually means, the definition of it. Okay, so the currency in circulation is the amount of cash, is the amount of the physical notes and the coins that people have in the physical form, and that is used to conduct the transactions between the consumers and the businessmen. So actually the government wanted to reduce this cash, and they wanted to bring more digital economy. They wanted to reduce the physical cash, but actually the physical cash is seeing a rising trend. Why is it happening? Before understanding that, let's see it through the diagram. Let's understand that why we reached to the 14.5%. So before the demonetization, that is in the year 2015-16, the percentage of GDP, that is 11.6% of GDP, was the cash in circulation. Okay, in the year the demonetization was introduced, the cash in circulation saw the lowest in overtime. Okay, in India it was the lowest, 8.2%. So the demonetization came in 2016, so that was a very low, 8.2% of the GDP was in currency in circulation. After that it has seen the rising trend. Okay, but it was not very much, because if we compare from the previous data, 10.7% is less, 11.3% was less. But in the financial year 2020-21, it saw, this was a time of COVID also, it saw the 14.5% of the GDP is the currency in circulation, is the cash in the hands of the people. And if we compare from the previous year in rupees terms, it saw that in a single year it has risen to rupees 4 lakh crore. Okay, and the 14.5% of the GDP is decadal high, that if we compare from the previous 10 years, it was never so much high, and the last high was 12.22%, that was in 2011 and 12. So 14.5% is a very high amount, is a very high percentage, that is the currency in circulation. and actually the government wanted to reduce this currency in circulation that has actually risen, and that has risen to the highest level. Okay, that is before demonetization, the 17.97 lakh crore rupees was in circulation. Okay, and in after demonetization in October 29, 2021, that is the previous month only, we saw the data, the 29.45 lakh crore rupees was in cash in circulation. So it has actually risen to 10 lakh crore. Okay, approximately 10 lakh crore has actually been more the currency in circulation. So instead of the reduction in the cash circulation, the cash circulation has risen. And why is it so? That in the 1 year, in only 1 year, in 2020-21, it has seen such a high percentage of the GDP that was the currency in circulation. What is the problem? What was the thing? So it was because of the precautionary holding of cash. That is, in the COVID, it was such an extreme situation, it was such an uncertain situation that the people were very afraid. And they were afraid that they might not get the cash when they want, because they might get ill, they might get COVID, and they won't be able to go to the ATM, go to the bank. And so they were keeping the cash, they were holding the cash in their homes, in their hands, as a precautionary measure for the unforeseen situation. So that's why in the COVID situation, in a single year, it has seen such a rise. The 14.5% of the GDP, that was the cash in circulation, because people were very afraid. Okay, so now can we say that the demonetization was a failure? Because the cash has actually risen. The cash has actually risen in circulation instead of going down, that the government actually wanted. So no, we can't say that the demonetization is a failure, because there was a jump in digital payments. So actually, what was the mindset of the government? That the government wanted to increase digital payments, and that actually happened after demonetization. Because if we compare from 2018, there is a 3 times more digital payments till now. Okay, so the digital payments has risen 3 times from 2018, and through different modes: the UPI, Unified Payment Interface, the cards, through net banking. The digital payments has actually risen. Okay, and UPI was introduced in 2016, and after that it has seen upward rise, that the digital payments are rising through the UPI. And in 1 month only, in the October 2021, in a single month of October, it has seen $103 billion of transactions in a single month, and that is also a record. So it was like, in rupees term, it was like 7.71 lakh crore. So actually the digital payments are also rising. Yes, cash is rising, the cash in circulation is rising, and that is because it happened in the last year, because of the COVID situation, because people were doing the precautionary holding of the money. But if we talk about the transactions are happening more with the digital payments. It has started happening more with the digital payments from 2018. If we compare, it is 3 times more. Okay, so we can't say the demonetization is a failure. And as well, if we see, the indicators show that before, 40% of the GDP was in the informal sector, was in the informal economy. Okay, but now if we see that only 20% of the GDP is in informal sector, and that is comparable with the Europe, that Europe also has 20% of the GDP in informal sector. So we are actually doing better after demonetization if we talk about the informal and formal sector. Okay, and so we can't say that demonetization is a total failure. We do not know much about the black money because the data is not out, and the cash is also rising in circulation, but there is some good points also. So we can't say the demonetization is a complete failure. So is it only India that faces the rise in currency in circulation? Is it only India that the currency in circulation is rising? No, that happened in, it was a global phenomenon. It happened in all over the globe during the COVID. Most of the advanced countries also, like US, Germany, Italy, Russia, Brazil, Spain, most of the advanced countries saw a rise in the currency in circulation because there was a dash to cash. In such an extreme uncertainty, the people wanted to keep more and more cash in their hands. Okay, that was a precautionary holding. That was the mindset of all the people around the globe, even in the advanced countries. Okay, so they wanted to keep more currency in their hands. So in that year, in 2020-21, there was a rise seen in the precautionary holding of the money. They were holding the money more for the unforeseen situation. So now let's make the concepts more clear and make the percentages embed in your mind so that you do not have to cram it later on. So unified payments interface crossed dash in a month. So it has crossed $100 million. Okay, it has crossed $100 million and it has become $103 million billion in the same month. Okay, that was $103 billion in the 1 month, October 2021, and that was the first time that it happened, that it crossed the 100 billion mark. And in rupees terms, we can see it was 7.71 lakh crore. So currency in circulation in financial year 21, that was 2020-21, what was the percentage of GDP? It was 14.5%. Okay, so currency in circulation includes, this is a homework because it is a concept based thing. I told you that currency in circulation includes, what does it include? It includes the physical currency that is used for the transactions. So you have to tell that is it true or false that the notes and coins held in the central bank's vault, and including notes and coins returned to the central bank by banks, does currency in circulation include this? You have to tell true and false. Tell it in the comment box, and we will discuss this in the next video, that how many of you have given the right answer. I hope you have understood this concept. So thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here. Thank you.